this piece comes off, and then you will replace that with arm goes around this piece. You will replace this screw so it holds it in place. Use your miniature screwdriver to screw this back in. Always make sure your machine is turned off when you're doing this so you don't accidentally turn on your machine with your foot pedal. So now everything is screwed on just as it needs to be. You want to make sure it doesn't wiggle around, and there it is. What this walking foot does is it helps to keep everything in place, many layers in place as you are sewing. Okay, I'm going to turn my machine back on. You want to make sure it doesn't wiggle around. I like to change my speed to slow, especially in the beginning. And I also like to use a test piece of fabric to make sure that everything is sewing just like I want it to. This is the material I'm going to be using. The stitch that you want to use with this walking foot is either a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch. If anything goes wrong, I could make sure that everything's going okay. So as you can see, as it is feeding in, it's going to feed it in nice and evenly. You're not going to lose your pleat. So you want to make sure you're guiding it in and everything's nice and even. So I'm lowering my presser foot and I'm going to start. I like to sew slow just in case anything goes wrong. I could make sure that everything's going okay. So as you can see, as it is feeding in, it's going to feed it in nice and evenly. You're not going to lose your pleat. So you want to make sure you're guiding it in and everything's nice and even. Okay, I'm going to turn my machine off and raise that up. Cut this off. And now you can see it sewed it just right, just how it should be. The back is how it should be. So I've lined it all up. My pleats are facing towards the machine. I am going to lower my presser foot and I'm going to start my machine. I'm going to back stitch here just to make sure it's secure. I'm going to hold my pleats as I take off my clip. I love these little quilt clips. They really help instead of using pins. So this is what it looks like now that I've completed it with the presser foot. That is the Brother walking foot with guide. I'm going to do the other side now. And remember, when you are sewing, you want to make sure that the pleats face towards the machine as you're guiding it through. As you can see, it is feeding it through just like I want it to, nice and even. It's not bunching up. I'm going to remove this clip and let it finish sewing the rest of this here. And I'm going to back stitch. So this is my finished product with the pleats. I also put in a metal nose piece right here for the mask. And I think my son will be really happy with this new mask he has.